Hello everyone and welcome back to NeoBurgh. We're starting off this episode over here with the food factory that we've set up near Knaresborough, and the reason that we're over here is because we have a line down here where arguably most of the food is going to. So we've got 60 going to Bawtry, 58 to Tolor, which is across the river, 52 to Dover, 51 to Ilkeston, so that's again across the river, and then we've got 27 to Knaresborough and 22 to Alford. So what I've been thinking is we have on this line a boxcar train, which is currently on the bricks line, just taking things as they come through. And I was thinking maybe what we could do, because the bricks line doesn't have to go up here, excuse me, sorry, we could have it continue through, and then that would go up towards the food factory, and that way we could potentially even tie in the grain, the farms around here as well, using trains. So that would look like a line coming out this way and then going up and going through potentially a tunnel, and that would then connect in here. Just because while we do have our Ilkeston line here, which is taking food, it's ultimately just going into the train line. So it would be kind of nice if we could separate those out a little bit and control it a little bit more, so that the food line comes up, picks up food, and then goes back without having to bother this the Ilkeston line here, which ultimately isn't really doing too much. I mean, it is making us a little bit of money, but ultimately the train line brings it through to this point, and then that would go on the boats to come over to this train line over here. Just double checking things are okay over here. Looks like we've got about 157 of the larger trains. I wonder which one this one is. Oh, that's the boxcar train. So that's coming through for the 30 food that's there. But yeah, that would be ultimately something slightly different to what we've currently got and what we were ultimately planning throughout this region, would be to just use the trains that we have. So, I mean, I think it would be worthwhile doing something like that, just because then we can hopefully use that same train line to pull things through going forward. So if we try and bring this out on a relatively gentle curve so that the speed stays up high, and then we would need a train station up here, most probably a 320 high-speed 4-lane train station, because this would be replacing the grain that we've got coming up here. And I mean, we could even do a stop for Knaresborough, so that would basically then allow Knaresborough food to come from this train line. So yeah, I think we will do that just because this is getting up to level 4 now. It's no longer a small farm. We've got quite a lot of money, and we've got the vehicles already on that line. We would just have to swap them over. So we're gonna just pop these into the depot, and then we're going to remove what we've got here. We have to remove these lines, don't we? So grain line 1, grain line 2, grain line 3. Yep. And in order to do this, I think we're going to have to alter where the roads go a little bit. So if we put in a... It's nuts because we literally just put in our road here, the road tunnel to go through to the other area. But I think, you know, the amount of food that's heading this direction, it just warrants bringing this out that little bit further to pick up the food and take it rather than using the trucks to get there. I think it's just a little bit better of a solution than what we currently have. So there we go. If we put in our train line here, if we can try and keep it at that height. So I'm just looking at the end over here to try and know what height it would need to be. It's a bit of a shame because it is digging into the area so much, but we do need to come through with a tunnel anyway. So if we connect this up to down here, it's going to go straight out that way, which we don't necessarily want. So if we bring this through, we're literally just doing a train line down this way. They'll connect in down here. Excuse me. Sorry. And then we'll do a separate train line coming off this way. I can't see where did it split from, like here, was it? There we go. So we will have to remove this bit out and then make this non-tunnel, just so that we can put in the crossover point here. And then we would want a train station down here and up here, and that would bring through those foods. In fact, if we had to the boxcar come down to this point, it could put, we could very well do it with one station here. So if we move this up, then the boat would have to go a lot less of a distance. So that would look something like possibly that. That connects into that grain farm then. And then we can do some steps here, which will connect into another harbour. So the train will bring down food, and then the food will go along the boat. In order to get across the water. So that connects to that, this connects to this and this. We can remove all of this. So we would have this one effectively be this. So it would be dropping off grain, picking up food. So we can remove this and this. To that point, and then I don't need these roads, so we can remove that. To be honest with you, considering we've done the tunnel, we might as well keep the Knaresborough stop here, and then that way it's not a complete waste. So if we take this and do try and keep it flat. No, that won't work, will it? What height is this? 40 meters, and this is 8.7. So it will need to raise up. And we'll have this sort of going into its own thing again. So we'll have a split somewhere around here, trying to keep it as speedy as possible. And then if we take that bit out, we can put that in there. Keep this running alongside, and that goes there. And then in fact we can remove this bit. So the bit that was horrible. I only really say that because the other tunnel comes out to this point. So it's nice to have the tunnels be at the same sort of space. Right, so if we delete this back a little bit, we should be able to take this and plug it in there. This is going to be a little bit bridged, which is fine. We'll just put it to that level. This is all coming together, and I'm quite happy with that so far. Now we do have a point where a road was going through before. I think it would be worthwhile keeping that road there, because to be honest with you, it shouldn't really affect it too much, although it's right where we need to put the stops. Right, if we alter this slightly, so that this split comes out at this point, I'll take it as far as it will let us. And then that will go into this one. This one will come down to here, put it in there. And then what we can effectively do is use these stops as the stops for this crossing as well as the junction here, because there wouldn't be any stops there. So we do want them to go through. Hopefully it shouldn't cause too many issues having it like that. And then down here we have, what do we have? A split. So we will need to, first off, we can allow trains to go through that way and down this way. So that's how the stops are going to look on that side. So we effectively have one grain train here. Will we be able to do the same on this side, do you think? I genuinely am not too sure. So if we just clean this up a little bit, take this road out, take this out, and that bit. Oh, damn it. So we need to remove this bit, and then if we just have that go in there, we can then have some train line here, which would look something like this. Hopefully this will be close enough for a road to reach this point. You never know. Collision. First off, we just want it to be that sort of road. But then if we have that going there, no, so it's not going to be able to do. In fact, that doesn't connect to this one here as well. That definitely connects to that road, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, that won't work, unfortunately. But it's not all lost. What we can do is, if we have one train station down here, and I'm just checking whether that can become a larger road if we need it to be. We can then do, if we Maybe we can do like a road behind as well. Which just allows us to split this off a little bit. So we would then have one train station here. We might as well put roads along this, steps along this bit where the road is. Might as well also keep this relatively high up. And then we would need a stop here. Which doesn't necessarily have to be the same direction. So what I mean is we can have potentially this one go underneath actually. That would work really well. And why is this colliding? Okay. What if we try turning this into the bridge? So we have a train line that goes down as much as possible. And then that comes through. And we have this one go over the top. Something like this. And then this would be one way, so we don't have to worry about it too much. And I am presuming here that this will connect, but I may well be wrong. Yeah, that connects. Good. Whew. I was a little bit worried there for a second. So this would need to connect into this one. That's not going to work, so we would need it to be just normal, like so. And then we would have a crossover up here. And then that would connect in down here. Oh, there's a bit of a hill. Or is it just where that... Yeah, that's as far up as we can push it. Ah, no, that's because it's going into that direction. for example, delete this back to roughly where the crossover is, say here. We could then possibly connect that into there, and that will work perfect. Okay. We're literally just doing this so that hopefully trains can connect in. Ooh. Right, so on this end, it'll actually go in this way, come out this way. So then we'll have this continue through down towards this station down here. And then effectively we have one stop for the bricks that can go back, and then we've got a pass through for everything else. So nice. Cool. That is as it needs to be. We just need to clean up the roads a little bit. So we may be able to put in a road without it affecting the farm here, like so. And we may even be able to put in a sort of tunnel bypass, which might be good for, especially for the city that's there. Considering we've got a connection through. In fact, it's probably worthwhile if we change the priority here. So then that becomes quite a key way through for these. So we would need to do a separate couple of train train lines even. Get my words out. So we go through like so, and then pick up on this way through, and then go back through this way. Yep, perfect. And then we would also need a stop down here. Probably on the same one as the bricks. Also able to use number 1. And then this can go through here. Up to number 3, through to here, and then back again on number 4. And here on number 6. And then that goes down to here again. So got number 1 and 2. You got number 3. Number 3 up here, through down to here, where it's just going to be dropping off, but we will allow it to go to number 1. Then on the way back, goes back through that way, and goes through this one as well. So if we just double check this one, over here it can use number 2 if it needs to. I should probably ask it to be filled up, and then it would be dropping off. So it would be this one filling up, dropping off. This can use number 1, and it is picking up grain. It's then going through to here where it can use number 2, and again it's picking up grain, and then it's just dropping off that grain. Oop. Didn't mean to do that, but we have completed what we were doing there, so that's absolutely fine. So that's connected there, this is connected here and here. We got the boat line bringing grain over and taking food back. Okay. So if we just go into this line and swap over this to line number 2, then we need to go into this one, and that's absolutely fine. It's literally just taking bricks. That's all we need it to do. Cool. Okay. Cool. So the grain line will need some trains on it, which we can hopefully do from here. Potentially we need to move this over a little bit, because we need this to go out, possibly going under. No, that won't work. Okay, it would just have to be a separate depot, unfortunately. So if we did a depot going the other direction, that would allow us to put the train in that way. Like so. Put a double slip switch there. So this won't affect the stone line. This will be a separate train. And I'm tempted to try the BR185 for this, because it will be able to be a much larger train. What are we doing for grain? Grain, are we doing like a different color? Not that I can see, but considering I don't think we have a grain line yet. If we were to do something a little bit like this color, which is sort of yellowy brownish, maybe like a lighter yellow. And then we would need gondola cars. Oh, the new ones, there we go. And this would need to be a maximum of 313 meters. That's actually too long. Nice, we can actually take it up to its full good potential. So that's 48 million. I'm sure that we'll make that back. So I'll just take that out quickly because we can't let this not have a train on it. So that will go onto the pink line. I guess because the gondolas are a little bit smaller. Which one's this one? Ah, right, okay. So this one can go away. The Knaresborough line we will keep. And then this line will go away as well. So effectively, we only have the Knaresborough line here now. And we can downsize this accordingly. Like so. So that will be fine for that one Knaresborough line. And that's literally just taking food into Knaresborough. We could potentially have this road connect up over here. And then that would be everything for this line. We've got the second line here. So let's just name these. So this would be cargo... I always do this with cargo. Cargo rail, grain, grain. Why did I spell grain with an E? I don't know. Right, we're gonna go with that colour, like a just off orange, sort of very pastel-y. Yeah, I like it. Knaresborough. Cool. And then we've got the other line here, which is cargo rail. Boxcar. I'm just going to call it a boxcar because that's what it is. Number 01. And I mean, if we call it Knaresborough, we should know roughly where it is. Boxcars. What colour are they in the thing? They're sort of like an orange-ish. Like the gondolas are definitely red. These are a darker red. These are like a silver. And then these are sort of like a silver, but with like a yellow, or maybe like this color. Yeah, we'll go with that. So I need to make that one of these. There we go. So that will contrast a little bit with the bricks line and allow us to actually see it, which will be good. The last thing, we don't want this to be waiting because it will stop the other train here. So we just want it to go straight through. And then that will be all sorted. So our gondola train is coming onto the track now. I'm just going to speed it up because it's going to take a little while to work its way through. It's a fairly long train. In fact, it's not that long. For what it is, 320 capacity. So the gondola trains work really quite well with it. I'm using this as a test bed for these lines because I'd really like to reduce down how many trains, considering we've got only one couple of tracks over here. So yeah, I want to see how well it'll do over here. So this is flying through, which is really good because it's got to go a fair distance. And then that's coming through up here. Considering we have the trains set up the way that we do, it may be worthwhile altering this slightly so that the two of these tracks go one direction and the two of these tracks go the other. That way they don't have to cross over each other. I am just gonna pay off our loan because we can repay it now and we have money to spare. So literally it was just for where we so let's give that a try. Actually, I think that'd be really good going forward. We've got a train here. Bugger. So we need to allow this train through. Construction not possible. What's it doing? What is it doing? So let's just let this one through. That train's still filling up down here. It's got a lot to fill up with, so we just need to alter how the tracks are laid out here, and then we can pretty much have these go back the way they were. Right. So that goes to 99, which is the max that we can have from these trains. And then I'd like this to split out down here. Right, let's just take out the stops for a second, because I feel like if we don't, we'll probably forget one. So what we're effectively doing here is removing the need for speed for these to cross over, which will be quite good. I need to delete the tunnel, not the trees. Stop. Damn it, trees! I don't want to delete out the trees. Oh, there we go. Right, so we have that going to there. And then if we delete this back a little bit, we can then have this split into its own tunnel here. And we can have, if we try and delete that stop there, then we can have these separate out here, or merge, whichever way you want to look at it. Oh, there we go. Cool. Okay, so if we just go into the lines, he says, in fact, it's probably easiest if we just do stop, 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 and then stop, 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 and then down here where they're merging, no, and splitting, we'll need some stops. There we go. So what's happening with these lines? We literally just need to change them to different. So this is before they go through here, so they need to go to number 2. And after this one, you need to go to number 2, yes, and then on this one, you need to go to number 3. Is that right? No. This one needs to go to number 3. There we go, all sorted. So that will run even more efficiently now. And hopefully allow things to come through quite nicely. We've even got a little stop here that we could use. I'm going to remove it just because it's going to be costing us money. But a little area where we can have cargo come into Knaresborough here. So that would be good for if it needs maybe goods, machines, tools, that sort of thing. So I'm quite happy with the way this has turned out, actually. It's been a lot of money, but it should mean that this will start to get a lot more of its cargo come through. And this is literally just going backwards and forwards, so yeah. How does this do going through here? 84, 86. It keeps up quite a speed there, to be fair. And then it goes up to like 99 miles an hour before coming into the station here. So that's really quite good, to be fair. And then these might have enough to fill it up, actually. We could even delete some of the tracks out so that it's not quite as long. That's pretty nuts. Oh yeah, 128 there. Yeah, there's plenty of grain there for it to take out. So if we just delete this, like we just need to take out a couple of steps, I think, and then that should be plenty long enough. That's worked really well. Hopefully this will be able to do 100%. If it's going to do like an awkward number, like 70% of both of these, it doesn't quite warrant one of these really big trains at 320 grain. We could potentially just put another one of those smaller gondola trains on like we've got over here. In fact, we could probably repurpose one of these. As long as it's coming over this bridge, it should be able to split off in time and make its way down here. So that would be really quite awesome. This is at 96%. That's at 83. Give it a little while, and I reckon it will be coming through in spades. We just got to get stuff through from here, I think. Which it shouldn't be long before it is. To be fair, 320, if they're doing 400 either way, then yeah, we might need just another train to top it up. And all that grain goes, it carries on through. Oh. Oh, this looks so fast. It's because it's on 3 times speed. But it's still pretty fast, like it's getting up to 60 miles an hour. Just don't look to the right. Let's look to the left instead. Oh, that's weird. So through here it does 83, 85. It's still accelerating through that area. Up to 90 miles an hour here. That's pretty fast. I wonder how this is going to do now that we've removed some of the stops, some of the space here. So this has 179. Oh. Got a tools factory over here, which could be quite a good link for these. So if we try to keep this, I'm literally just gonna pop that into there. Put in like a quick splash and go stop. Just bring it down to here, please. That's all you do. But that could be a really good route, and then we could use the boat to bring it back through. We need vehicles for that. We might have some here. Nope. Let's check the other. Ah, there we go. Let's put 10 on it. So that's just a placeholder line. Hopefully it keeps this. I think it'll keep it if the shipment goes up. Ship items. Yeah, there we go. Job done. But yeah, if we just go down here, we can remove a couple of those, and then the trains coming in don't have to go so far. How's this one doing? It's got 184. This is 258. Let's just see how this does. Returning with 320 grain. So it's picking up its speed. Getting up to 70 miles an hour probably coming into the station. Yeah, literally it got up to 70. That's unloading there. It's made 9 million. That has made a huge amount of money. Interesting. I tell you what we could do as well. I kind of hate it, is if we had a road line bring logs down, we could then continue the bricks line through to here, where it then drops off logs for the boat to take back. That could be a tasty little... What? What is this? Game, what are you doing? Game's crazy. Yeah, I think I'll leave that, but that could be potentially a really good way to make some more money off of that line. Because at the moment, I mean, we've reduced the costs because we've taken off that other train, put it on the other line, but making money is a little bit splotchy on that one. But yeah, then it would be making money both ways. However, how is the boxcar line doing? Considering it hasn't actually picked up any of this yet, and there is quite a lot. I mean, more than one of these to pick up. I think we might need to upgrade this train as well, or put another one of these on there. There we go. Which direction does it go? Oh, that way. That's annoying. Never mind. Can't have it all. So this line's working quite well. Even though it's not necessarily constantly full, it's probably making a fair amount of money because it's doing different things either way. Wow, we have a lot of money that's just come in. 64 million last year. Is that all from this Knaresborough line? No way. Well, it's made 9 million with one train. There's more grain there. Mind you, that's doing 100%. That's 100%. That's 100%. You know what? I think we've done it. I think we've completed the game. 100%'d it. Got all the achievements and everything. we really need to do something about this because, oof, it's not long until that runs out. Maybe we need another train on this one, just because it's taking a lot of food that way. A fair bit of food the other way too, to be fair. So this is going to come through and instantly fill up. Why is it already at 68? I thought it would have dropped off down there. That's frustrating. Anyway, I think this is a really good place to leave it. We have made a hell of a lot of money this episode. I don't quite know where it's all come from, if I'm honest. We made a lot this year here. And then, yeah, I just don't understand it. So this is really hopeful what this line is doing, because it's able to take about 400 from either direction. And take it through with no issues, which is really nice. It's quite a refreshing change to see. Yeah, it's gone down to 27 again. It's not taking the whole lot. Anyway, we can potentially look at that next episode. Excuse me. So this has been an extension to this line, and to be fair, it's working really well. It's better than I would have thought, actually. Dare I say it? But then again, doesn't mean that we can't improve it even further. There's another stone! What is going on down here? What is this? Why? Why is there another stone? Oh, this is nuts. We might have to do something here to... we could even do a little, like, loop round to pick up all the stone. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm going to leave that till next time. We have done amazingly with this line. I'm really happy with it. And it's also removed some other lines which were a little bit redundant. Hopefully these lines won't not make money. Maybe they are. Okay, maybe it only needs one of these. So we'll reduce it down. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I hope you've enjoyed watching. We need to shift all this before it's too late. But for now, we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a good one. Goodbye.